Good afternoon. This is the press center of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, and here is the weekly update on the situation in the operations area of the joint forces engaged in defeating Russia's armed aggression in the east of Ukraine. Well, the situation on the front line was quite troubling in the period from August 6 until August 13, 2018. At the same time, I would like to underline that joint forces retain full control over their operations area. Russian occupation forces continued to violate ceasefire by opening fire using artillery, mortars, grenade launchers of different modifications, and light infantry weapons against the positions of Ukrainian defenders. Starting from midnight on Monday, August 6th, until the morning of August 13th, the occupational forces made a total of 341 precision shellings against the defensive positions of Ukrainian forces. And I would like to remind that it was 243 shellings last week. Besides, a combat engagement with enemy sabotage reconnaissance group took place as well in the Lugansk area. Our forces have registered the use of 122mm artillery, IFVs, as well as 120 and 82mm mortars by the Russian occupation forces, and of course all of those weapons are prohibited under the Minsk agreements. Unfortunately, 2 of Ukrainian soldiers were killed in action and 10 were wounded in action as the result of combat operations and enemy shelling of Ukrainian positions. Our hearts go out for the family and friends of the fallen Ukrainian heroes who died while protecting our own country. Now to some of the other important news and events, and we'll start with the preparation to a military parade. In fact, the training for military parade dedicated to the 27th anniversary of the independence of Ukraine was held on August 10th, and the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, General of Army of Ukraine, Stepan Poltrek, personally verified the readiness of personnel, weapons, and military equipment to participate in the official ceremony. This year, the central street of the capital shall be used to demonstrate new models of weapons and military equipment already adopted by the armed forces of Ukraine, as well as the materiel which is considered promising and currently undergoes the testing procedures. Besides, the military equipment provided to the armed forces of Ukraine by the foreign partners shall be also participating in the military parade. In total, the spectators of the parade will be able to see over 250 pieces of weapons and military equipment. Now let's get back to the east of Ukraine, and a number of mobile working groups of the Ministry of Defense were attending the units belonging to the Northern Task Force, which are currently engaged in combat operations to deter Russia's armed aggression in Donbas. This visit was made possible under the special instruction of the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, General of Army of Ukraine, Stepan Poltrek. The mobile groups were chaired by the Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine, Lieutenant General Anatoly Petrenko. Their main objective was to study the current situation on the ground, to provide assistance, and to encourage the best soldiers by presenting decorations on the eve of the 27th anniversary of the independence of Ukraine. Now, this is not the first working visit of the mobile groups coupled with the decoration ceremony on the front line. It allows to raise the fighting spirit of our soldiers that demonstrate exceptional courage and heroism while defending Ukraine against Russia's armed aggression. In fact, over 300 Ukrainian soldiers belonging to the Northern Task Force have received various decorations of the Ministry of Defense over the period of campaign. It should be noted that the decision on the decoration of each serviceman is made immediately on the ground based upon recommendations of the unit commander. Now to some of the other important news, particularly the news on the Invictus Games. The second training camp of the Ukrainian national team to participate in the Invictus Games was launched in Kiev. This training camp was organized for 2 weeks until August 22nd. The training event shall be attended by 15 participants of the national team representing Ukraine in the October Invictus Games to be held in Australia in Sydney. Now, this is all the information that I have for you now. Thank you very much for your attention.